Chapter 1. "It is out of the question, my dear aunt," he said firmly. "I am promised to Miss Forbes, and there is no honourable way in which I can break that engagement."
"Fiddlesticks!" she returned, her cold black eyes raking his face. "A young lady of 25 will hardly be willing to wait a year to wed. She's on the shelf now, my boy, and you can be sure she has no intention of waiting a 12-month with all its inherent hazards, now that you are Viscount Puntley."
"I should think it all the more reason she would be willing to wait," he murmured.
"For your title, there's little enough in it, Puntley. My sons, God rest their souls, had no idea of estate management and were both addicted to gambling."
There was no trace of grief in her hard, bitter face, though her body was encased in the deepest black bombazine of mourning, and the room about them was shuttered, and the furniture draped with black.
"In your position it will be necessary for you to marry an heiress in order to restore Lockwood to its proper glory. Miss Forbes cannot bring you above £2,000.
"Not so much, I assure you." The young man opposite her rose and paced about the room, his limp obvious to the old woman, but ignored by himself. The years of naval activity brought a stiffness to his bearing which immediately identified him as a military man, and lent dignity to his height. His aunt studied the frowning face with its high forehead, intense brown eyes, and pursed lips. She was pleased with the progress her attack was making, but no indication of this appeared in her demeanour.
"Miss Forbes will realize that your change in position must allow for some leeway in the usual conventions. With a peerage, you can look far above her for a bride, and in your year of mourning you are bound to be the object of a good deal of interest. She will only be distressed to see the caps flung at you by young ladies of unimpeachable birth."
"There is nothing wrong with her birth," he retorted with a scowl.
"Surely you must know that there is a question of her paternity," his aunt exclaimed.
Puntley turned to regard her unbelievingly. "I know no such thing." The Dowager Lady Puntley shook her head wonderingly.
"Had you spent more time in London, you could not have missed hearing the rumours."
"I'm not interested in gossip."
"When it concerns your prospective bride, you should be," she snapped.
"Mr. Forbes accepts her as his daughter. They are very devoted to one another."
"Indeed. I dare say she is the comfort of his old age, but there was a time when—"
"I will hear no more on the subject." Puntley's eyes blazed with annoyance, and his chin, with its remarkable cleft, was set firmly.
"As you wish. No doubt your loyalty does you credit," she retorted sarcastically, "but it can only place Miss Forbes in an unenviable position to be brought into the light of public notice by marrying you. She had agreed to you as a husband when you were an unknown naval captain."
"Miss Forbes is familiar with London society, and is in regular correspondence with Lady Garth. I have never witnessed the least discomfort in her with regard to her birth. When she spent her season in London, she was invited to all the best homes."
"No doubt she told you so herself."
When the Viscount did not respond to her jibe, she continued,
"Oh, I don't doubt Lady Garth writes to her, or even that Miss Forbes was indeed welcomed into a certain element of society. For a while there was a fascination with her playing of the harp, as I recall, but that was years ago, my dear nephew, and I have not been advised by any of my correspondents that Miss Forbes has endeavoured to venture into society since that first season when her aunt brought her out. Do you not find that circumstance in itself suspicious?"
Puntley gave an exasperated shrug. "Why should I? I'm not interested in attaining a position in society, nor ever have been. My means would have precluded it in any case, and it was hardly my object in offering for Miss Forbes."
"Why did you offer for her? I'm told that she has no great beauty, no fortune, no talent in fact in any way, except on the harp. Surely such a mouse could not have engaged your affections?"
"Your opinion of Miss Forbes is irrelevant, aunt, and I have no desire to discuss with you my reasons for offering for her." Lady Puntley was not moved by this cut. Her sensibilities were non-existent, and her feeling toward her nephew would have been one of contempt had he not now succeeded to the viscountcy.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.